All right. Our dear friend Tony just texted me and he wanted me to let you know that heirloom picture that was sent?
Yeah, it was
It
fake.
was fake. It
Yeah,
was
I
fake.
knew it. I knew it
It
was
was
fake.
fake. It was fake. We were trying to make you feel bad for getting off early.
That was lame of me. That was lame of
And
me.
I,
I
I
understand.
said I said Tony was like, "Oh, why don't you send it cuz then it would be more exciting." But then I'm like, there's no way Bailey wouldn't believe I'd be calling him up being like, "I pulled an heirloom." So, it was fake. Tony did not pull another heirloom. He only has 8 now. Whatever he has.
I thought I would have gotten an angry text from you if that actually happened. I thought I would have gotten a Tony pulled another arrow. Hells yeah, yeah. Welcome back to 101 The Goop. Welcome to episode number 44. Big stuff coming at you here. Today we're going to be talking a few things. We're talking about that Ranger Suarez deal, Kyle Tucker deal, maybe some labor, maybe some salary cap talk, and then some other big things going on in the Philadelphia Phillies world. But I'm not joined by Matthew Mosman today. I'm joined by Matt Bradley. How the hell are you doing today, Matt?
I'm doing good, dude. I got classes starting tomorrow. I got my baby boys headed to the AFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty big. Free ride. Took a free ride all the way there.
I told you we were on a call the other day, and I said I like C.J. Stroud. I think he's a good quarterback, but he is capable of just having the absolute stinker game. 4 picks. He threw 4 picks. He looked
Yeah,
terrible.
it was all over the place. I mean, I thought the Houston defense, I thought it would be too much for us, but CJ Stroud was really trying his best to throw that game as
Yes, he
much as he
was.
could. But when I say to all the people out there that hate the Patriots, I get it. They had an easy schedule this year. What do you want? They played the games they played and they won them. You know, what do you want me to do about it? And it's unfortunate that Bo Nix fractured his ankle, so he's not playing, and now Garrett Stidham is starting, and I hope that's a free win, but honestly, this will be the one we lose. This will be the one we lose.
That Denver defense is real, and the Texans defense I think is better. So at least you're covered there. I do definitely hold Sean Payton in higher regard than I do D'Amico Ryans. And I don't know. Sometimes with a great defense, you can get limited on offense, and that kind of helps you a little bit. I don't. I still think the Patriots are going to take that game. But I think my big takeaway is I don't think it matters who plays the Seahawks. The Seahawks are
Oh yeah.
gonna. Besides the Pats though, Matt. Other big news up in Boston. Kind of a heartbreaking one for us Phillies fans. But you've got Mr. October, the nonchalant Ranger Suarez, headed up to Boston on a 5-year, $130 million contract. Give me your thoughts, Matt.
I mean, I love to see that we're spending a little bit of money. Like I've said to you guys, it's hard to be super stoked given the situation with management and the lack of money we spend elsewhere. It always kind of feels like every offseason, every trade deadline, big bat, and we always end up. I mean, I'm happy with pitching in this case. We got the number 2 starter we needed, and this rotation is looking heat.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. It's looking heat. Ranger, great number 2 in our lineup. Derek Crochet, Ranger Suarez, Sonny Gray, Brain Bell,
See what Tully has.
Johanna.
See what Early has. I mean, they're
Yeah, we got options. We have a lot of pitching right now, which is never a bad thing. I think it's going to be a good season pitching wise, at the least. Still looking for that big bat though.
definitely still looking for the bat. But I mean, there's a way you can talk yourself into a top 5 rotation and a average offensive lineup that makes its way into the playoffs and with some young talent really, like, you know what I mean, like make some waves. They still have a lot of outfielders. um,
Surely we can't be done. Surely we can't be done. Someone has to get moved. I mean, it's the conversation between Red Sox fans and people from the outside. It's like it's a Jaron Duran, will you or Abreu debate. Who do you want to move? Personally, I want to see Jarren Duran moved.
Me too.
I think that teams want him in their outfield. They do, and I like Willier a lot. I think he provides some power to the lineup that Jarren Duran doesn't. And I mean, he's a Gold Glover, and he's got an arm. He's got a cannon.
Willier Abreu is one of my favorite players in the league. I'm all about it. I know a lot of people are really big on Marcelo Mayer. I don't know much about the guy. I haven't followed. Obviously, Roman Anthony's legit. I think we can all. I think we've seen it. We've seen enough, which is crazy, which is so awesome to see. Mayer, I'm kind of in between on. Rafaela is what he is. I think. I think what that is an amazing defender and a below average bat, and that's just kind of what you take that trait though.
Yeah, sure.
For the Phillies fans listening, he's not Johan Rojas. I can tell you that much. He's a better stick than offensively than Johan Rojas. So there's a lot of value to Rafaela there. Yeah, if I'm the Red Sox, I'm trying to move Duran. He's had the 8-WAR season that you can point at and be like, hey, he can do this. But I think he's. I mean, we've given our spiel on how we feel about Duran as a person on this podcast, but I just feel like as a player, he does not have. I feel like he's peaked. I feel like that 8-WAR season was his offensive peak and definitely his defensive peak. I don't think
for sure.
That's my biggest takeaway. I did want to talk a little bit on the Ranger contract. I was expecting for Ranger Suarez more of a 4 years, $80 million along those lines. You add up the year and you add $5 million per year to that, and it's not that crazy. I don't think that this contract is by any means an insane overpay. I do think that it's projecting health that's never been there in Ranger's career before. The back is a real thing that has limited him in the past couple seasons, and on top of that, we have lost velocity over the past couple years. I still think Ranger is an amazing pitcher, and you will have moments with Ranger Suarez that you think he's the best pitcher in the league. It's not actually think he's the best pitcher in the league, but he will have moments where he's the top. Like, he's just on an absolute roll. It was like there was like I think he went. Oh man, I'm blanking on it right now. But to start the season in 2024, when he came back from injury, he had a rough 2 outings, and then I think he went 4 scoreless outings immediately after that, and just totally dominated. And you get the playoff moments. One thing that we were doing a little bit, we put together a Ranger goodbye TikTok over there on the TikTok. If you haven't seen it already, go check it out. Me and Matt definitely put some work into compiling those clips. And one thing you said to me was that I really enjoyed was like, I didn't know he was so sick. Like,
yeah, he's sick. I think like out of every, obviously there's like a Peralta out there, you know, there's different pitchers. I think Ranger fits exactly where we need him to, and I love him already. I'm excited to see him.
I love what you guys are building with that rotation. I mean, a playoff rotation. I mean, I will never get excited about Sonny Gray. It's never going to happen. I'm sorry. I don't think he's that good. He's a good number 3. He's a good number 3 to have on your team without a doubt. But you give me a Crochet Ranger to start a 3-game playoff series? Are you kidding me? Who's getting a hit? I don't know.
I know. Yeah. I'm loving it. And like I have never seen the Red Sox pitching staff with so much depth. It goes so far. We have so many pitchers. Like it's gonna be good. Like I'm not worried about that aspect as much anymore. Like the whole thing was like we need a number 2. We got Ranger. Like I knew Sonny Gray was not a number 2, but so much depth. I mean, and that also gives us some pitching that we could move with Duran. Maybe make a package. Maybe trade for a big bat potentially.
Yeah, that would be the dream. Obviously, whether that's a Cattell who they claim is off the market. I mean that's just negotiating for you. I think I'm not getting the price I want. Yeah, he's off the market. Okay, sure. Um, I guess I don't have it written down here, but since we brought up the Diamondbacks real quick, Arenado was traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Um, Offensively, he has not been there the past few seasons. Obviously, the defense is still absolutely there, and yeah, I'm intrigued by what that team is doing.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure. I don't quite know. I think it's an interesting grab for sure. It'll I'm we'll see how it shapes out. That's where I'm at with them right.
Fair.
But they're doing some stuff over there.
Um, I'm blanking actually. I think we missed a pretty huge signing before the Ranger one. I don't think we talked about it last week either. Oh no, we did talk about Alex Bregman last week, correct?
Alex Bregman to the Cubs. Yep.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we did talk about that. Yeah, if you want our thoughts on that, go check out last week's episode. I do know we're a little late getting to this Ranger, Tucker, and all the other things we'll talk about today. But think about it more of like a, like a week back. We get to look back on these things, So, sorry, gang. Appreciate you guys. Another thing I'm sorry about, Kyle Tucker just signed a 4-year, $240 million contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers. $60 million of AAV. Little deferments in this contract. I believe they're deferring. Oh, I'm blanking on the exact amount, but
I think
it's
30
million.
I think I saw.
Okay. Either way, the Dodgers get bigger. I think Kyle Tucker signing with the Dodgers did kind of remind people also that maybe they signed Alexis Diaz, not Alexis Diaz. They signed Edwin Diaz as well to a 3-year, $69 million contract. They are spending a lot of money. I'm not arguing that whatsoever. But I'm starting to hear some clamoring for a salary cap, and I just don't think that's the solution. I know I've talked about it on the past in the podcast, and if it feels like I'm beating a dead horse, it's because I'm going to keep on doing it as long as I hear people claiming for a salary cap. Because one, I don't think that anyone that genuinely is calling for a salary cap, besides the owners themselves who have a vested interest in getting a salary cap, understand how arbitration works, understands how the 6 years of service time works for these baseball players. It's arguably the most exploitative sport. It definitely is the most exploitative sport, without a single doubt. I mean, the bargaining agreements we had to reach so that minor league players could have livable lives come COVID time. Like, that's when we were having this conversation. One of the largest, like people talk about like football being the largest sport in America, and it absolutely is. The NFL is bigger than the MLB. But the amount of people that the MLB employs, it's a huge market. When you talk about each team having 4 minimum organizations that they oversee, there are gigantic price tags with running MLB teams, and I don't think that adding a salary cap to these people that are already uber wealthy, I don't see how it's productive to the sport. I agree that the Dodgers landing all of these players is absolutely frustrating. As a Phillies fan, how the hell do you think I feel? Like, we were apparently in on Shohei. That was never going to happen. Like we are in the top 5 in spending, but we do not hold a candle to the Dodgers. John Middleton, the owner of the Phillies, cannot compete with the Guggenheim Group. But you know who can compete with the Dodgers? The Blue Jays, who took them to 7 games.
Yeah.
The Phillies. I had my thoughts on this Phillies team. I did not think they were going to beat the Dodgers. But you look at the interviews of the Dodgers after this season, who did they think they were going to lose to? The team that swept them in the regular season, the Philadelphia Phillies. Baseball is the most unique sport. You will get the craziest outcome. The Reds were in the playoffs this year.
I know. Yeah, I mean, teams, they sneak in there. I think it's just so easy. You see a super team forming, and it's so easy to just be like, we need to stop this any way possible. Salary cap. Take away half their payroll. They can't pay all. I mean, the teams have the money to, like, maybe if your organization wasn't so terrible, people would want to sign there. And maybe if you offered more than league minimum to every single person, like, someone would want to come play there. I don't think that, and what people miss is that the players would never do this. Like, the players across the entire league, they would never go for this. Like you said, they don't understand how arbitration works. Like, and it would just be impossible to navigate that. And a salary cap would not fix anything. It would just take away from the sport as a whole, and it would just be far less interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Watch all these teams try and compete on a middle ground of, like, all right, you can have one superstar on your team, and then the rest are like a platoon of, like, AAA guys. It's like,
look at what's happened to basketball. Can you explain to me how the basketball salary cap works?
no clue.
Zero shot. Zero shot. Like, my big suggestion is I don't think that we should eliminate deferments. I think that's something I've thought in the past, but I do think that deferments help other teams stay competitive, right? The deferments probably were originally set in place for the smaller teams. I think that there should definitely be a deferment cap, a maximum percentage of a contract that is allowed to be deferred. I think that maybe a deferment cap, a hard cap on the amount of money that you can defer every season, or like what you can have over time. That's a conversation I think that players would be interested in having. I think owners would be interested in having that conversation. I fear that it's a non-starter for the players. It saying salary cap. The whole Bryce Harper blow up with Rob Manfred exclusively about a salary cap. And Bryce Harper, I'm not going to say is like the most level-headed, like, even-keeled dude, but nowadays he is. I don't see him getting riled up like that anymore. And he was in a screaming match with Rob Manfred?
Yeah. I mean, no player's going to go for it. I think that, like, a deferment cap's like a great idea, but the issue is that the teams that should be utilizing deferments aren't.
Yes.
Because they're not spending the money, and that goes back to the main point anyway. The Dodgers are going to defer however much they feel like because they're going to spend the money anyway. But the White Sox, the Rockies, like, they're not spending the, like,
Pirates.
They're not spending the money anyway.
Pirates have the top 5 in attendance every season, and they have never once invested in that team. Not since the 90s. And, like, it's a waste. And I fear that the conversation of having a cap shouldn't be had until we've experienced what a floor is, at least. I think you if you're so desperate for parity in the league, which, by the way, we haven't had repeating winners since the Yankees until now. No other sport has avoided repeats besides the NFL, I guess. Right? I can't see how enacting a salary cap, which if we're enacting a salary cap, that's going to lower pay for all players. And now it makes no difference on what you're getting paid. Not no difference on what you're getting paid, but it's more similar across all the teams. What team are you going to go play for? The team that invests in the development of their players, has regularly voted the best facilities in Major League Baseball, and in a winning culture. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll get paid $3 million less, I guess, because this team's only offering me $24 million, but the Dodgers have $21 million available in their payroll. The issue at the core of these franchises are still the issues at the core of their franchises, and some salary cap isn't going to wave it all away. The Marlins are still spending $20 million a year. Put a hard cap of $200 million on it. They're still going to spend $20 million.
Yeah, and people make the same argument back and forth about a salary floor. It's like, okay, what does this fix? Like, the Dodgers are still going to spend as much as they want, and these poverty franchises are going to spend up until the floor and collect them. Like, it's not going to change anything either way. If the people don't want to spend the money, they're not going to spend the money.
Mm-hmm.
The billionaires that own these teams.
I cannot. It drives me up a wall when I start seeing people complain about greedy players, or like players get paid too much, or something like that, it makes me want to jump through a window, because how can you not have a second layer of thought to that? Oh, these players get paid too much. I wonder who pays them.
Yeah.
Massive conglomerations or individual billionaires that made their money off of cancer or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
John
mean,
Middleton, love you, but come on, dog. I cannot hear it with this shit. I can't. Players are not greedy for wanting them. It's so funny that obviously the league controls the media that talks about the league. So like they're going to use the media to communicate and get general thought. Like they want to get the public on their side, obviously. And if they can say these players are being greedy, that's what they're going to do. It's going to work. Look at an Instagram comment section.
I know. Yeah. I don't know.
just
There's so much debate to be had, but I mean, people at the core, like, players get paid what they get paid because billionaires are playing them, and any single one of these teams could have any of these players if they fostered a community of winning teams, spending money, and caring about the sport.
Yeah. I mean, each MLB franchise is valued at over $1 billion. If your individual owner doesn't have that money, sell minority stake. That's the game we play now. Everyone has private equity. I am not some private equity shill. I'm very against it. I don't like billionaires, but I don't have sympathy for them when it comes to my entertainment, and I like baseball. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin baseball. I just had this written down real quick. The 2024 Dodgers were about 95% more expensive than the median team in baseball. And I didn't hear clamoring for a salary cap before they signed Shohei Ohtani. They also weren't winning. They weren't winning championships. They were in the playoffs every year, but they weren't winning championships, besides 2020 if you want to count it. In 2026, the current projection with accelerators, the Dodgers are projected to spend 19 to 20% more than second place, which is the Mets. That is a lot. Absolute lot. I have a quote. This is from True Blue LA. So these are Dodgers fans. But this is a direct quote. Relative to the first competitive balance tax threshold, these Dodgers are looking more like the early aught Yankees at 388.6 million. The Dodgers are already estimated to have a payroll 61.3% higher than the first threshold of 241 million. That's nearing the Yankees' peak in 2005, when their 207.15 million was 61.8% higher than the $128 million CBT threshold. In regards to where we are not even the worst we've ever been.
No. I mean, it's like, I mean, the numbers are inflated, obviously, because that's how it goes to now, but it isn't the wide margin that people really think that it is. I mean, at least in the top 5 spending teams or whatever, like, it drops off pretty quick, but that goes back to the billionaires not spending money on their team anyway.
The issue is not, and if you don't think that the Mets can compete with the Dodgers this year because they spent 20% less than them, I don't know what you're talking about. This Mets team is quite good, and it absolutely could compete with anyone else in the National League, and that takes a lot for me to say. That hurts me to say. If you don't think that they can compete with the Dodgers, like, I agree the Dodgers are loaded. I agree. But guess what? They got Roki Sasaki on a nothing deal because they had the landing spot for him. They had the pipeline built. Good for them. They're doing business better than other teams.
And it's pretty much as simple as that. I mean, and the thing is like, it's still a game. It's still baseball. Shohei goes out there and he has a bad day.
Bad series. He didn't hit against the Phillies.
The other team can win. It's like, these guys are not ultimate trump cards. Like, obviously Shohei Ohtani is like the greatest player this generation has seen. Whatever.
Yeah,
but
probably ever. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that just like signing, I mean, it makes them harder to beat for sure, but these guys, I mean, they're human beings. They're people. People get injured. There's, like, it doesn't just mean it's a free walk to the World Series because they're spending 20% more than the Mets.
No, it absolutely doesn't. And And we saw that. I mean, the Brewers were in the National League Championship this year. No, they were not going to beat the Dodgers. This Brewers team was not going to beat the Dodgers. I could agree. But I just have a hard time. I have a hard time sitting here and bitching and moaning about the Dodgers for doing good business. Because you can spend a shitload of money and be bad. Look at what the Phillies did in 2011. I mean, we spent a shitload of money and we were bad. It was on homegrown talent that we wanted to hold on to for too long. But there are bad free agent signings. The Dodgers just haven't had one yet. And when they do, it doesn't matter. They signed Michael Conforto for $20 million last year. He wasn't on the playoff roster. It doesn't matter because they're doing good business. They made the trade for Mookie Betts and they paid him. They sniped Freddie Freeman away from the Braves because the Braves were being stupid. They weren't doing good business. Shohei Ohtani was going to be a Dodger. That was in the stars. I think he wanted to be a Dodger the day he came over, and that's fair and understandable. They're doing good business. It's frustrating. I don't want to lose to the Dodgers every year. We might.
Yeah.
But maybe if the Phillies, you know what? We'll talk about it. Maybe if the Phillies don't fucking let Bo Bichette walk to the goddamn New York Mets, then maybe we can beat the Dodgers. Maybe we don't let Ranger Suarez walk to the Red Sox if you're not going to sign Bo Bichette. No. We'll sign JT Realmuto to a 3-year, $45 million contract, which we'll still be paying the deferments on his last contract by the end of this contract. $15 million a year for JT Realmuto with accelerators. Can be up to $20 million a year. $60 million contract because the accelerator is going to be games played and they can't tell him to sit down. They never do. And then he has a great start to the season offensively, and then he falls off a cliff out of nowhere, maybe because he doesn't take rest. JT Realmuto is one of the most frustrating people I've ever experienced, and there are folks that will tell you, oh, it's a good contract. It's JT Realmuto. He's a star.
Maybe 6 years ago.
He's 35 years old. He had a 91 OPS plus last season. 9% worse than league average bat. That we are paying $15 million a year until he's 38 years old? That must be the number. I mean, we're paying Bryce until he's 40, Trey until he's 39, Aaron Nola until he's $1 billion. I mean, fuck the Mets. Bo Bichette signs a 3-year, $126 million, $42 million AAV contract with the New York Mets to play third base. They swooped in. The Phillies and Bo Bichette apparently had a deal inked for 7 years, $200 million. And now Bo Bichette got the Bregman deal. There is opt-outs after every single season. I'd have to assume he's going to be opting out after this season. It's just the way I'm operating. Meant to mention that with Tucker as well. He has opt-outs after years 2 and 3 of his 4-year contract. But I don't see him backing out of $60 million a year. I think 42, you could talk yourself into a long-term contract at 28 or something like that. Oh man, I don't even know where to start. This Bo Bichette was a perfect fit for the Phillies. We needed to make some moves in the infield, whether that consisted of moving Stott over to third base or moving Stott in general, moving Bohm. I think the real move was not re-signing JT, trading Bohm to get the $10 million off the books. You bring in Bo Bichette, you eat Nick Castellanos' contract and you cut him, and you call that a day. But instead, Bo Bichette walks to the Mets, and he is now New York Met with JT Realmuto is back. Interesting thing for a team with absolutely no decent outfielders. With signing JT, we did have to DFA Weston Wilson, who I don't think is by any means some great bat or anything like that. Adolis Garcia had a 600 OPS last season. Justin Crawford is a rookie. Brandon Marsh cannot hit lefties. I just don't know what I'm missing here. Are we bringing back Bader? Is that what's happening?
I've heard no rumblings on that.
Me neither.
I don't know. It's very interesting, and as someone who is so fed up with their franchise every single day, I feel for you. I really do. Because as soon as Ranger went to the Red Sox, I said, okay, Bo Bichette is a Philly.
That's exactly what I said.
While I do think 7 years, 200 million was low, it's unfortunate the way that the Mets swooped in anyhow.
It's I mean, obviously you don't know what's true and what's just a rumor and everything like that, but the story is that they had agreed upon a deal the night before, and the next morning it
Yeah.
shifted, and I just I have a hard time thinking about Dave Dombrowski sitting there and not just making him sign the damn contract. Which I know you can't make him. I know you can't make him. I know that, but damn, it really seemed like everything was in place. Um, we needed a right-handed bat so badly. I was dreaming about that lineup, man. Dude,
Yeah, it was gonna be something. So now what? Kyle Schwarber re-signing is the best thing the Phillies got going for him this offseason so far.
I mean, depends on how excited you are for Brad Keller. I'm pretty stoked for Brad Keller, but but I would say, yeah, re-signing Kyle. I mean, the only external signing we made that like really is going to be impactful on this year so far, Adolis and Brad Keller, unless I'm missing some people here. Excited for a full season of Yuan Duran. Do not get it twisted there. I think the bullpen is real. We'll see what Jose Alvarado has in the tank. I think taking him out of the closer role and also taking away his PEDs, we'll see what exactly goes down. There are things to be excited about this team. And probably the thing to be most excited about is we signed fucking Francisco Renteria. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The 2030 fills are gonna be a problem, dude. Dude, Aiden Miller, Andrew Painter, Justin Crawford might not. We'll see if he pans out. Francisco Renteria out in the outfield.
Give it some time.
Give us some time. Give us some time. Aaron Nola will still be on. Will still be being paid. 40-year-old Bryce Harper will be wrapping up his career. Yeah, I guess if you're like me as a Phillies fan right now, I guess the only thing we've got, not the only thing we've got a great team. It's a good team. I don't foresee it going too far, and I really hope we do stay competitive in the regular season and can make the playoffs. Gabriel Rincones Jr. was mentioned with the other major league outfielders this week in an interview that Rob Thompson had. Got to get excited about someone, I guess, and we'll see how Rincones does. He had an amazing spring last spring, and he had a very, very good season in AAA. Maybe him and Otto get something going a little bit. Otto with not a broken knee. Sounds pretty
And
exciting.
maybe you guys will get your Roman Anthony.
That's Aiden Miller. That's what we gotta hope. That's the dream. I mean, pre 2025, he was 36. He eventually was at least at 19. I know that for sure. I could see him being in a top 5 prospect situation by the end of the season, if not in the majors. The back half at AAA was good last season. Was really good. And I mean, for a 22-year-old dude, I mean, turns 22 in June. 21-year-old dude. I need some young talent coming up. He looks just like Timothy Chalamet. I love Aiden Miller. And also, I don't think that we've on this podcast have talked enough about the fact that Andrew Painter is going to be in the major leagues this season. We talked about it a lot last season, and I'm ready. I'm ready to have my heart broken if he sucks. Because I've been talking about that guy for years now.
I'm hoping for good things for him.
Me too, man. Me too. I think he's set up for success. And if there's one positive way you want to look at JT re-signing, having him there for Andrew Painter's development is probably a good thing. I think you could have done it with Victor Carantini for $10 million less a year, but it is what it is. Or Ryan Jeffers for one season. Seems like it's gonna be a real cheap piece to trade for. Hey,
I mean, some of these catchers, they unlock something. I mean, we still have Connor Wong, and he helped Chapman locate at 42 years old.
Well,
And other than that, he contributed nothing.
no one else has told him. No one else told Chapman to locate yet.
That's true. He was the first one,
He was like, "Hey, what if you try to throw it over here?"
and it worked. It worked. At least we still have Chapman. Connor Wong, I don't know. I don't know.
It was the Mookie trade, no? Yeah.
And Verdugo, well,
Yeah.
that panned out well. Where's he these days?
He was in the Braves
Yeah.
last season for a little bit, I thought.
Yeah, I don't think he's in. Is he in the league anymore? I haven't heard anything about. He must be like on someone's bench somewhere, or he's just.
He's probably in the minors somewhere, if I had to guess.
Sorry, Alex.
Sorry, man. Hey, he lived it up. He got paid. He got some money.
Got paid. Yeah. I mean, he can say that I came to the Red Sox after Mookie was traded, and that's his claim to fame.
He was on the Yankees for a bit.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And I think he was injured or something. There's something about like his gloves were poisoning him or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Remember that? He was like allergic to the material. It was like something that, or it was something like that. Something with like tattoo or something. There was something going on. It was also
his tattoo. Yeah, he was allergic to his tattoo or something. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so people were like, why does he suck? And it's like he was just getting poisoned every game. And it was like, shit.
So this is a total one-off, but we're wrapping up the episode anyways. Sean McDermott was fired this week, the Bills head coach. And what do you think of when you think of Sean McDermott? Do you think of anything specific?
Anything specific?
Okay. If you ever got some time, you should go down the rabbit hole. Sean McDermott is obsessed with 9/11. He's brought it up in multiple interviews. And the most famous one is he talks about how he wants his team to act more like the hijackers because they exuded a lot of teamwork and accomplishing a goal. There are some really interesting quotes from McDermott about 9/11. I do think it's worth a look if you haven't before. It's just strange. There's a certain we are two individuals that are too young to remember when it happened, obviously, and I'm sure we have some reasonable takes on America's handling of the entire situation. But that being said, there's a very specific ilk of this demographic of white men that are locked on it. They love it. I don't. It's strange. It's just interesting to me. Yeah. Not to get on a super weird one-off.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Josh Allen should have channeled that a little bit better in that last game.
Sorry, we'll talk football real quick. Firing McDermott but not the GM made no sense to me. You look at that team.
I don't think it was really on McDermott, and he kind of brought them back into the picture at all, right?
That's what I thought. I mean, considering the talent they had on defense, I thought that he did very, very good defensively for them. And I don't disagree that on the margins, they've lost a few playoff games by a field goal. You know what I mean? Obviously you want to change something, but I just I look at the Bills receiving core, and I don't think they need some 1A receiver. Don't get me wrong, but what they should have done, they could have gotten Stephon Diggs this year, like the Patriots did. That level, you don't need a 1A guy. You just need a couple guys that could catch the fucking football for the guy.
Yeah,
Khalil Shakir, good. Keon Coleman is a miss, huge miss. And the tight ends, Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, good. Get him some speed out there. Oh my gosh, I'm a Colts fan that has so much love for Josh Allen for some reason. I don't know why. I want him to succeed so bad.
He's a good guy. I mean, it was his post game interview was sad to watch, true, but I mean, it was I don't know. We watched that game. The last 5 minutes kind of just felt like a shamble.
Yeah,
PI score, then game over.
Yeah, and also that pick was a pick. I see people clamoring that it wasn't. I
I mean, it was stupid and it was unfortunate, but it was.
It was a bad decision by Josh Allen. It was a terrible decision to throw that ball. You weren't in
Yeah, it
that
was.
mode yet. We were not in panic mode there, and yeah, I agree. That, yeah, some of the calls got ticky tacky there, and I'm more on the side of letting things play out. But there were a few egregious PIs that they had to
Yeah.
call. So it sucks. It sucks. One thing I hate, and I try my best not to do it as a fan, is these refs. I really do try my best, and I if you ever catch me doing it, please call me out on it, because I do like to think that if Josh Allen didn't fumble, get to lose that ball at the end of the first half, and he took the 3 points, we don't even go to overtime, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many execution things. If you're
Yeah.
getting impacted by a single strike call or a single foul call or something like
Yeah.
that,
It leads into so many things. And obviously, as a Patriots fan, I can't and won't say anything ever.
it's a good call. It's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know when to keep my mouth shut. I really do.
Keep your tongue tucked.
Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's always how it goes. So you can look at specific moments throughout those games where it's like, well, if we made a different decision, it wouldn't even be at this point. It just sucks when it does get down to the last, 2 minutes of gameplay and it's really close and it's like it's over.
Yeah. Yeah. Not really much else going on in the football world besides, I guess, the NFC and AFC championship games. But we're talking baseball. I'm kidding. That's kind of all we've got on the baseball topics for today. I did want to get into the Goober of the Week real quick, which is everyone but Dave Dombrowski. Congrats, everybody. Dave, next time, maybe sign Bo Bichette. There won't be a problem. Jeez, man. Jeez. Do something cool. You can be the Goober of the Week. You do something cool, Dave. Dave!
Fumbled that one. Big time.
Make a big trade.
Do something.
Give us this year's. Dave. Dave. Give us this year's Jesus Luzardo. No one saw it coming. That trade worked out amazing. We love Jesus. Get us the bat version of Jesus Luzardo. Doesn't have to be on the Marlins. I don't think there's anyone on the Marlins we want. But get us something like that. So out of left field. Didn't even see it coming. He can play left field. Probably would need that.
Panned out good. That was a good one. Do that again. Let's see it again.
Bring Reese back. Put him on left. See what happens.
Time's sake. You know what they say about Reese? He has 100 clutch. 100 clutch.
He does have 100 clutch.
Comes in big moments.
Man, dude, that would have been an amazing stream moment if we were streaming that. That was one of the best moments ever.
That's up there with FC 24 Chumbawamba.
Guys, if we were allowed to play music on streams, just any music, we'd be streaming all the time. I don't think you guys understand. That would be non-stop. But we can't. We can't do that, and we get yelled at by YouTube.
Ooh, YouTube.
Matt, that's all I've really got for this week. Do you got anything you want to get into before we call it a day here?
Not really. Red Sox showing interest in Isaac Paredes.
That'd be a good move.
I wouldn't hate it.
That'd be.
I was kind of in on Suarez, but it kind of falls in the same category of like, don't give him a lot, give him a couple years and see what it do.
I think Paredes would be. He can play defense. That's the thing there. Defense. He can play defense, yeah. And yeah, like the power isn't there, but the strikeouts also aren't there. I think Paredes would be a better fit, especially out in Boston. He would.
I just want to see someone rake 50 homers at Fenway. It's been so long. Just blast him over the monster. It'd be awesome. I saw a compilation today of like the longest home runs of the 2025 season,
mm-hmm.
and it was all Romy Gonzalez. The longest was Rob Refschneider, which, like, I mean, when he makes contact, he rakes. But
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I miss Big Poppy, dude. That's where I'm at.
That's fair. I mean, we fortunately in Philly do have the Kyle Schwarber who does he does that.
He does that. I mean, he did it when he was in Fenway.
Absolutely, he did. I I was on a bit of a Kyle Schwarber kick recently, watching a lot of highlights of Kyle Schwarber. Because when he hits a home run, he does this it's the coldest thing in sports, I think. He does this little turn and drop of the bat in one motion when he really gets one. That is it's ice cold. I don't think that Kyle Schwarber is like the coolest dude ever all the time. He is the coolest dude ever. I don't mean like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's like...
He doesn't have like the swagger
aura
of some of these guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, he gets a hold of one sometimes, and you're just like, oh god. There's just nothing better than when Kyle Schwarber hits a bomb. You're just like, yeah.
Yeah, he does that. I mean, you get 3 more years of that though.
Trust me, that is the one
15
thing
mil.
I'm excited for. I should have mentioned that. We do get 3 more years of JT's walk-up songs. That's a big old thumbs up from me. Brother by Gavin DeGraw will forever be in the rotation. Thanks, JT. Ridiculous. We're ending the podcast. Thanks for listening, guys. Follow us on everything. Literally.
Subscribe.
Now. Subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.